So how are you guys? This is Praise as usual. It's been a while without adding another video. So today, as I've been requested with some previous subscriber, he was telling me talk about top-down analysis. So without going any further, please kindly share, subscribe, and comment. So what is top-down analysis? So in most cases, top-down analysis, it's just a few things. You just need to understand some things, these three objects, and everything will be done. So in most cases, what is top-down analysis as a definition? Top-down analysis, it's, you can call it like an approach that involves analyzing the forex market from a bolder perspective, or it's like from a higher time frame perspective to a more specific one. To more a specific one, you can call it to the lower time frame, or maybe to until you get what a clear entry. So this starts with analyzing from the economic and political and aspects. That means that you're going to first go and analyze the fundamentals. You look on the forex factories, all those websites, so that you can at least first know what is the market. Then later on, you'll come to the currency, to the structure, to the technical analysis. You understand? So that's like the top-down analysis in few terms. So I'm just going to show this illustration. So now take an example that this is higher time frame 1, or maybe time frame 1, this is time frame 2, and this is time frame 3. You get it? Let's say this would be like weekly, H4 and 15, or this can be daily, weekly, or this can be daily, H4 and H1, or this can be 15, 5 and 3 minutes, or this can be 15, 3 and 1. You get it? So it depends what you call a time frame, a high time frame on your perspective, depending the type of trader you are. You get it? So take an example that this is our first high time frame, and price was, this is maybe a time frame 1. This was sorry, just a little bit. Assume that this was high time frame 1, this was 2, and this is 3. No, why did I mark all these areas? I just want to show you how you can get into a trade. So it doesn't mean 1 is wrong, 2 is wrong, or 3 is wrong, but the more you keep on converting them to the lower time frame, the higher the target and the lower the risk. You get it? Someone who's entered at this level on the weekly or monthly or daily is still right, however much you might see his stop loss and TP not matching, but he's still right. And someone who enters at H4 also, he's correct, and also who enters at H1 of minor time frame, he's also right. Now I want you to look into this area, that whenever, let's say, if we have first considered the structure, the most recent structure at the moment, realize that price is pushing up. Price has retraced because it placed into an impulsive move, so it has retraced. So most early buyers, they always enter here, of which they are right, but of course entering early in the market, it reduces your risk to reward. And remember, this is something that is not 100% sure. We always have something to risk, however much you trust. So you realize that inside here you're going to find also formation of this one. So one thing you have to understand in the market, that the market is fractal. If the market is buying, high chances is that you should, from the high time frame 1, if you go on the high time frame 2 and 3, you should also be looking for buying. So at least you have, or you want to rely on the big boys. You get it? So you would say that even in 2, however much sellers might be there, or we are all along here, for us we were expecting price at least to come back, and again we enter for the buys. So still also, when you go on H time frame 2, when you look into this maroon circle, you realize also still they have to be something like that. So I'm just going to, as before I go any other quick, I'm just going to illustrate a little bit of an example. You get it? A little bit of an example of maybe DXY, because I like it a lot. So we're just going to use a replay bar, and maybe let's just stop from there. You get it? Okay. So we realize that as the most recent price action, we could say that this is the buy. As price was trending, creating lower lows, lower lows, lower high, lower lows, lower highs, it reached a time where it did what? It failed. So confirming as it was clearing all this liquidity, that means now the trend had changed into the bulls. Then you just have to come mark your zone clearly. You get it? So this was the zone maybe we are waiting. You get it? So most early buyers bought at that level. But personally, in most cases, I always want to say at least price tapping into the 50% or maybe even near. You get it? So now you just assume this one as our time frame 1. So whereas the time frame 2 comes in, let me just go on the daily. So I think that the more you go on the lower time frame, price should be looking much clear and easier for you. If those things don't work out, just know you have messed up somewhere in the line. You get it? So what do we want to see here? We want to see the other time frame 2. You get it? If you have forgot, you can go back or you can scroll back and try to listen each and everything. So this was the daily. So let us also see how did the daily play out at that moment, because now we have confirmed, but we have to look for entries. You could clearly see that price already played a long journey there. Boom. Exactly. So after price approaching our area, so what are we looking at in the moment? We are just going to go back a little bit. So in most cases, remember what I told you, that there is someone who entered here at maybe time frame 1. He didn't have to wait all that, he has no time. And now here comes also the one who waits for only each time frame 2. She also has no time, also he enters here. Now there is also me who has much time in the market, who will at least wait and see price to give the last pattern that we want to see in the market. You get it? Yes, price booms, then it tries again, it pushes up. So once it pushes up, now this starts showing that now buyers again back in the market. You get it? Because this becomes our last low of that previous trend. You see, price comes, clear them out. So that means it's like we are now going to do what? To be buying. We just have to wait. Where was the last candle? Maybe price there. Of course, you have to be disciplined, because at the end of the day, you're not proving anyone. So you just have to do your things your own way. So we have, then that's when we'll be targeting the overall what? The most recent at the same time frame. You got your entry. You get it? Then the rest can be adjusted depending on what? On the higher time frame lows. So that means here we have just first go back a little bit on weekly, and so that means if we go on the weekly, we realize that there is also this man and there are also this one. You get it? Now we just have to go back on our time frame. That was H4, but the time frame shouldn't be an issue because it depends on how good you have analyzed it. Maybe you started as a 15 as your higher time frame, so still things will work out because the market is fractal. You get it? You just have to understand. You can see price came, played, yeah, hide and seek at our entry levels, but it then eventually pushed away. You get it? That was a 1 to 5. As simple as that. So in the market, you just have to be disciplined. Any other thing can be worked on. So without wasting on more time, let's meet in the next video, guys. Just want to show you how this hits its TP. I think it tapped there. So when you come back on our weekly, you will really see that our things played out so well. So that's how you can do what? You can come up with a very good setup while considering your top-down analysis. So there are just few things you have to put in your mind. You should understand the trend, you should understand the POI, you should understand all those stuff. So guys, have a nice time.